action. This man is not fucking playing. Oh man, you got Link over here.
Yeah.
Dude, you got all my favorite shit, bro. You're sick. All right, man. Like I said just a minute ago, you'll never know what you'll find here at the Pool Guy, West Wind Theaters, Concord, California. Jason came through with some gems and the ill tattoos. Stack of books. I don't think these have been priced yet, but I'm gonna ask him for how much for that. That definitely. This week's incentives from this previous Wednesday. I just got in today, Friday.
It's great to be able to do things away from you. Just puts big old smiles on people's faces.
That's clean. But I'm interested to see what this is all about, man. What up, people? Cover that. Back up in this bitch. And yes, it's that day again. Time for the weekly habit. Welcome to the Habitat. So, last week we had Free Comic Book Day, and that was great, man. Picked up a bunch of books, read a few titles, and I'm excited for a couple of them. Since we're talking about Free Comic Book Day titles, why don't we just jump right into Free Comic Book Day, The Avengers. So the reason I picked this up is because obviously we all know the writer from Venom, Johnny Cates, and the artist, and the writer and the artist from Hulk are switching titles, and I wanted to check it out. I just was not impressed. I'm glad this was free because I'm not paying for this shit. I mean, it was cool at first, you know, the Hulk shows up fighting MODOK. MODOK puts on this like a Hulk Buster suit, which was kind of cool. And then he just figured out that Banner, I guess, is done with Earth and he wants to go out and explore the fucking cosmos. Have fun with that. All right, so next up, we have Bad Ideas' next one-shot called Hero Trade Passive Aggressive. All right, so it's a black and white comic by Matt King and David Liam. The art was average. The story was, I gotta say straight up, out of all the Bad Idea titles, this is the worst one so far. I mean, it was a real quick conspiracy type hacker. Like, all right, so there's a hacker company or whatever. And they focus in on this guy and this girl who obviously have a sort of relationship. And he's trying to get his way out by funneling some money so they can escape. Well, just so happens the money he, embezzles is from the richest man in the United States. And he's obviously some vigilante like the Punisher. So now he's on the run. It was just crap. I wasn't feeling it. I guess you can't, you know, they're still batting at least 500. But yeah, this one is a pass. It was I just wasn't fucking with it. The second story was whack as well. So yeah, no go on the passive aggressive. Next up we have Batman Reptilian 2. So it's the writing is confusing. The art's great. It's brushed art. It's painted every page, so I can appreciate that. The story has something to do with some monster that's going around attacking everybody, all the villains, and like biting them and tasting them and then moving on. Like I said, the story itself is kind of like but the art is keeping me in, so we'll see. All right, so last up for review we have Batman Secret Files The Clown Hunter one shot. I really enjoyed this, my pick of the week. We got the Clown Hunter. Parents were killed by the Joker. He was introduced in the Joker Wars, I believe. And he's basically a vigilante, a young kid, a vigilante that kills. And he basically hunts Joker's henchmen, and he's out for revenge. In this book, he gets caught up with Punchline, who's in jail, sets him up. And really, it really shows that he's not ready for this level of violence and getting involved. And what was great was the Red Hood shows up and offers to train him, which I thought was awesome. The Red Hood in this character could do some damage, and I really, really hope they come out with a book with the two. So yeah, that was fire. Go check it out. Also, I caught up on Detective Comics. It's okay, you know, the story with this infection, and now it's going into this jury. I was actually thinking about dropping it, but I guess I'm not, because it's going to be involved in this Fear State story arc that's going to involve a bunch of different titles: Harley Quinn, Catwoman, Nightwing. So I'm all in on this whole saga, so I guess I'm not dropping it. All right, so as far as toys pickups, man, I picked up a couple of Star Wars figures that I used to have in an old collection, and this really is awesome. The Demise of General Grievous. Originally, my wife picked this up on a fluke, shopping at Target, and came home with it, and I was like, "Bah!" Grievous is one of my favorite characters in the Star Wars saga, and also I picked this up to put back, to rebuild this collection I'm working on, pre-Cyborg Grievous. You know that's dummy. All right, so as far as some back issues, I think I already featured this on the last show, but I had to show it again. The first episode of the first appearance of Spider-Man Doppelganger. Now peep this. Today I walk into my local comic book shop, and there's a stack of comics. Now I've been wanting to get the run of McFarlane on Marvel Tales, and I had spoken to Joe about this recently, and he, you know, these are kind of tough to get. So right on top, I see it's Marvel Tales. So I noticed he just got it. He must have just bought it from someone. And, you know, he's in the process of going through it. He doesn't even know what's in it himself. He doesn't know what he's going to sell it for. So I just asked him, "Hey, Joe, is there a McFarlane in there?" And he's like, "Oh, yes, there is." Bam! So at first he was reluctant. You know, he wanted to go through his process and basically told me, you know, "Give me a couple days, it'll be on the wall." To be honest with you, I was, you know, what can I do? But I kind of turned around like a sad little puppy. Like, okay. And luckily enough, Joe got some love and was like, "You know what? Never mind. I'll do something for you before you walked out." And I got it for $25. So I am super juiced. The condition on this book is immaculate. I am definitely sending it in for a first comic ever to be graded. So, yo, that's the weekly habit for this week. Shout out to Mikey B-Town. Go check out Pod Comics. Shout out everybody that's checking out the Weekly Habit. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment and a like. And you know what? As usual, I'm out. Bye.